Welcome to today's episode. Today you're gonna learn how to rename multiple files in Adobe Bridge very easily. So let's get started.
Harshvardhanart.com. Unleash the creative in you.
Today's episode is all about our quick tips using which you can rename hundreds or even thousands of files very quickly in Adobe Bridge. So let's get started how to do it. So suppose you have this folder over here and it has multiple images. I think it is around more than 50 images and I have selected all of them. It's 279 items over here, not 50. So I want to rename them. So what I can do, I just need to select all the files. I can easily select all the files by just clicking on the first one and then pressing shift and selecting the last file, and it is going to select all the files within this folder or within this preview screen. Now what I need to do, we can right click and select batch rename option in the Adobe Bridge itself, and once you select this, it will give you all these options. From here you can get the presets if you have used any presets or saved any presets like lastly used or default and strings substitution. These are other presets which are available to us. Okay, so first we'll go for the default modified because that would solve our purpose. Okay, then second option, it gives us the rename in the same folder or move to the other folders. If you want your files to be moved into another folder after renaming, then you can choose this one, and it would ask you to please select a destination folder. Then you can browse and select the folder whichever you want your renamed files would be. Okay, press OK, and if you want, copy to the other folder. If you want, you can also copy these files into another folder. That means there's a difference between move and copy. In copy, your files will remain in this folder as well as in the new folder which you select from here, okay, from the browse option. But in case you select move to the other folder, in that case all your files would be renamed and would be moved to another folder. That means these files will no longer be available in this folder. Okay, so I would suggest that I mostly do it, or if I would suggest you that you always use rename in the same folder if you don't want it otherwise. Okay, now next comes these options, new file names. Okay, so first is the text. If you click this arrow, it will give you other options, like if you want to change its extensions, like present files, these are of .nef which is in the raw format. Okay, but if I want to change this extension to anything else like .dng etc., I can do that, but that would make the files unstable or even not work. So never use it. Always use like current file name if you want to choose, and preserved file name, sequence number, and you get all these options. So I would leave it for the default. Okay, and or in case you can choose the folder name. Okay, so original folder's name, what was that, you can choose that one also. So in this case you can preview your files rename over here. So my folder of these images is Ju. Okay, and I have placed this extension with it underscore Harshvardhan art dash pano if I want. Okay, let me remove this one. I can choose it from here also, in this also. Okay, but I have left this second one blank and chosen this one instead. I can, let me choose it here also, and it gives me the same option. As you can see, the current file name is this one and new file name would be this one. Okay, so if I want to change it to, let's rename, and you can see the preview over here. Alright, and second, you can select the sequence number, like from where your images should start its sequence. Like if it is 6, then first image would be started with the 6, but if you'll leave it or make it 0 or 1, so let me make it 0, and you can see over here it is giving, it has changed its sequence to 1. Okay, and if you'll give some hyphen to this, okay, over here, then it is going to separate it from the name itself. So it's always suggested that you give hyphen on this side as well as on this side, and choose the sequence from, okay, if you want you can choose the sequence number to 1. Okay, and if you want it to be 1 digit, choose the 1 digit. If you want it to be 2 digit, then it is in the will be in 2 digit, like 01, 02, and if you choose 3 digit, it is giving you the option 001. Okay, and 4 digit and 5 digit, similarly with the 6 digit. Okay, so I always go for 1 digit because I don't want my files to have longer rename, so it is always suggested to choose the 1 digit. Okay, now you have these options to preserve current file name in the XMPA metadata. Okay, so whatever is the current file name, you can always preserve that in the metadata of the images also if you want to, but I don't do that because that would make the file size little larger, so avoid that. Okay, and once you select all these options, and if you want some more options, like if you have added some other text or something else over here, like see it is coming over here, and if you still want something else, then you can press this add more text or file names, and it would give you another options. Okay, like if you want to choose the date and time, so you can select the date created or the date file modified, today's date if you want, then it would be appear over here. Okay, you have other options to display, like if you want years only to display, then it would show the current year. Okay, and if you want months, then it would show you the current month, that is the August, and that is the 8th month, so it is going to show us that option. So if you want hours, millisecond, and all these are options if you want. And if you don't want some column to be here, then you can press this remove this text from the file names, and it would be removed. Okay, and once you are done, you can see the preview. Okay, and you will see the preview. This is the current file name, and that would be changed to this one. Okay, and once it is done, you can press OK, and now you can select the rename, and the moment you will select rename, all the files would be renamed very easily and very fast. Okay, so let me just cancel it and show you just with these 4 images. Okay, batch rename, and let me remove this and let me start it from the first. And if I want, I can save this preset as well, so I can save the preset, I can give it a name. Okay, and press OK, and next time this would be available over here for me. Okay, and if I press rename, and you can see how quickly it has renamed all my files. Okay, and next time if you want to rename other files, right click, select the files, and go to batch rename, and from this drop down menu you will find this option or this presets which we have saved, and now you don't need to do anything else, and press rename, and it would rename the files. Okay, so it's very useful and time saving tips. If you have any question, or if you want to share any thoughts or comments, please do leave that in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you in the next episode.